you'll please move by.
Thank you, Ray. I'm so thankful and grateful. How many of you are like massive networkers? You're going out to all types of events and places to meet, and I know you are. Well, look, that's how I got to meet Wade, because he came to a presentation that I did for Sue. And you all heard about Sue earlier today, yes?
Right.
So let me just ask a question real quick. And I want to know, honestly, for you all to participate with me on this, okay? Because you've been sitting here all this time. You've been listening to a lot of people. So we're going to do a couple of activities really quick together. But I want to know, of all the things you heard today, who's brave enough to raise their hand and tell us what one thing really resonated with you, really stuck with you? You had an aha moment. You said, ooh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. What was that one thing that you will take action on if it's necessary? Raise your hand so that I can, come on, stand up and tell us.
Seriously, take a look at my credit report, which is trying to avoid it.
So she says she's going to seriously take a look at her credit report. Let's give her a hand for that, everyone, please. Let me tell you something. I've been watching mine too, but I'm going to have a conversation with you because it went from really, really great and it's going somewhere else. But this is what happens when you're an entrepreneur. So you have a different set of circumstances. I got the stories, honey. Oh, yeah. So how many entrepreneurs do I have in the room? Raise your hand. No one? Anybody in business for themselves? Come on, don't be shy. Anybody ever thought about going into business? Excellent, excellent. But just be ready for the roller coaster ride. I'll tell you that right now. See, one thing people don't tell you about is the personal development that you have to go through when you are launching a new venture. No matter what it is. A new venture could be a new job, right? It could be moving into a new location. It could be starting a new business. It could be recovering from your business that you already have. It could be coming back from having an illness and now you're back again and you're 100% and you're feeling like yourself again. But everything seems different because you've been in a totally different mind space, head space for a period of time. So today I'm not going to talk the business stuff. I just dashed here from NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, where I was speaking for the Latin American Essex County Chamber of Commerce, and it was all about capability statements and federal government stuff. No, that's not what I'm coming to you with today. Would you all be willing to just do an exercise with me? I want you to stand right now, because you've been sitting. Come on, we need to stretch it out. And I'm not going to ask you to stretch. I'm going to ask you to do a breathing exercise. This is to relax your body. Because when you do this exercise, and you're seriously doing this, it's relaxing the body, the sinews, the muscles, the tendons. It's reducing inflammation. And that inflammation is what causes all our pain. So everything we have that's painful, that's because you have inflammation somewhere in your body. But it's also inflammation in your heart. It's pain in your heart, pain in your mind, pain in your body, pain in your soul. So we're going to release a little bit of that. So I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe in, I want you to scan your body for where you find something that's tense, that's tight in your body. Take a deep breath in. Bellies go out when you're taking that breath in. You're going to expand the abdomen and see where you feel something is tight, something is a little painful. And now breathe out and relax that spot. Relax it. Just breathe out hard and relax it. We're going to do it again, and just watch me because I'm going to do this with you. So we're going to take another breath in, and then we're going to stop. We're going to take this breath in, you're going to scan, and as you breathe out, I want you to relax. I mean, seriously, I know a lot of y'all don't know how to relax. This is your chance. This is when you're relaxing your body, okay? You feel a twinge here. That's because you're like this. Relax it. Let it go. So let's do it again. Breathing in. Hold it. Scan it. Exhale and release. Y'all don't even know how good that feels. That's better than any drug, any drink, anything else. Let me tell you, I do this constantly. I practice yoga, so one of the things is the breathing exercises. And I've gotten so good at it that when I do release, sometimes it's like that's a serious release, okay? Thank you all. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. I appreciate that because what you've just done is that I love you to your body. I love you to your mind. I love myself. You just told yourself you loved yourself enough to do that. This is something you can do at any time. Anytime. And I'm going to give you a little something else on top of that. You know, sometimes, I've shared this with some people, and in fact, I shared this with this one business owner, and to this day, she's still practicing it. It's what I call a prana pause. Prana is breath. The breath is life, yes? Okay? So we're going to take a pause in order to get this breath of life in us. And I tell people, find something that really, really captivates you. For me, it's nature. So I might find a plant, and I will just take a leaf off of that plant and look at it and focus on it and keep saying how grateful and thankful to God I am for this leaf. As I'm looking at this one leaf, and the veins in that one leaf are so different from any other leaf that's on there. No leaf is alike. They're all different. If it's a flower and it's a petal, you see all the veining in there and all the little things that are going on that are so different. And this could take you 2 minutes to do, or a minute, 30 seconds. It's up to you. And I just keep staring at it, and I'm breathing. And I'm saying, I'm so grateful and thankful that you just produced something so beautiful as this. And I'm thankful to you for allowing me to see it. And I'm thankful to you for allowing me to smell it and touch it. Taking another breath. I just thank you, and I'm so grateful that I'm here to be a part of what's going on today. That's a grateful pause. That's a freebie for you. Take that with you. Any time of day. You stressed out, stop. Take a grateful prana pause. You're looking at a piece of art, drill down to the smallest, finest thing, and it's the tint that's used, and it's the type of ink that's used. I mean, yeah, I get that deep, okay? But it is so relaxing, and you let go of whatever that thing was that was troubling you. Am I making sense? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. So what I want to share with you today is about looking deeper. By a show of hands, how many of you look in the mirror every day? Everybody's hand needs to go up. If you're not looking in the mirror, I'm scared. What's going on? I'll be honest with you, I said that because I met a lady in the midst of a Zumba class one time, and she said, we were talking about something, and she said, I don't have time to look in the mirror. I was like, wait a minute, do you work on a job, or you have a business, or you go outside in your house? She said, yes. I said, but you don't have time to look in the mirror? She said, I have to get up at such and such a time, I gotta get the kids together, I gotta do this, and this. And I just don't have time to look in the mirror. How do you leave home without looking at yourself, acknowledging yourself? How do you walk out of your house? I don't care if it's just to go put the garbage out, without acknowledging who that is walking out of your home. So when you look in the mirror every day, everybody that raised their hand, are you looking at your hair and your makeup and your outfit? Are you looking at the wrinkles that's coming up, or the bags under the eyes? I don't know what's going on with that, or you're looking at that bump that popped up out of nowhere, or why is this bone growing here, and what is happening to me? Is that what you're looking at? I understand. And that's a good thing. Don't focus on it. Don't get carried away with it. Don't stress out over it. Because what we really should be looking at is something altogether different. So you can feel free to write your answers to my questions, and you can also write the questions that I'm going to ask you coming up. I want to share some content with you that I learned. It wasn't something I learned. Let me take that back. One of the things that I do besides all this business development stuff is I'm a speaker. I'm a professional and inspirational speaker, business development speaker, and a workshop facilitator. And one of the things that God has been really calling me to do, and women have been calling me for over 15 years, and I wasn't responsive, but now I've given in and I'm surrendering to this in a big way, in a mighty way, and that is more on the personal development side and thought transformation. Because understand this, what we think and what we speak, we reap. It's what manifests. And we think it with emotion, we speak it with emotion, but over time it becomes, because it's all energy. And everything in the world is energy. This desk right here is not still. The particles in flux, in motion, is energy. Everything is energy. And we impact that. So I was listening to Principal Kafili on his Facebook Live. How many of you know about Facebook Live? Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, it's when you can get on now using your phone, you can actually do a video real quick in real time, right, on Facebook. Just like you all heard of Periscope, right? Anybody heard of Periscope? You do that on Periscope. You can do that on Facebook. And then also on Facebook they have a thing called Live, so you don't have to, it's not the same. It's on your profile, you click that, and you can do a video right then and there also. So there's a couple of ways, so that you can do on your computer. But Facebook Live is through your phone. So anyway, he comes on Sunday mornings. I accidentally tripped up on it. I didn't even realize I got a notification that he was live, and I was like, let me hear what he's saying. You all know Principal Kafili?
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Lady? No? You don't got grandkids? Kids? So. Look, I had none and I know who he is. Huh? I don't remember the whole name. But Rudy, he's here in Plainfield. Yes. Here's the what school? He speaks all over the country and outside. I mean, he has such a huge following right now. He does some consulting work besides being a principal. He's called to speak, and he's changing lives all over, everywhere he goes. So I tripped up on it Sunday morning as I was getting ready to go to church.
We want you to spell that for us.
It's Kafele, and I think Barute, Barute. I'm not quite sure, but he's a principal here in Plainfield. And he's done some really made significant changes at his school. So what he talked about was an alignment with a lot of what I speak about on the personal development side, a great deal of what I speak about. So here's what I'm going to share with you. The next time you look in the mirror, you're going to look deeper. You're not going to be looking in the mirror to just look at what are you looking like, what are your flaws, or what are your issues, or how beautiful do you look today, or how not so beautiful today, not so handsome today, maybe I need a haircut, need the nails done. Please don't get me started. I gotta go deeper. So this is an activity that you can do every single day before you leave your house. Look in the mirror and ask that person in the mirror this question. Who am I? And then be still and be silent. Who am I? So a lot of times we ask that question, people get confused. And it's like, oh, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm an aunt, I'm a teacher, I'm a husband, I'm a boyfriend, I'm this, that, and all of this. No, that's not who you are. That is a role. That is a title. That is what you do. What you do isn't who you are. Who you are was who you were meant to be at the time before you were formed in your mother's womb. There's a difference. And a lot of folks have lost that, missed that. They don't know who they are. So look in the mirror every day and ask, who am I? Because the first answer that comes back, he said, was not going to be the real answer. That answer is going to be coming back to you from ego. All that stuff that you think you did, no, that's not what you are. That's what you did. That's the ego talking. The ego edging God out. I'm just saying. Whenever we let the ego get in the way, we are edging God out. But if you get silent and stay still for a moment, you may begin to hear a peep of who you are. The thoughts begin to turn to who you really are.
Can you see what I say? I say I'm a son of God. That's what I say.
I tell others, when they say, so who are you? I say, I'm a light warrior for the Lord, and I'm a child of His, and I'm here to do His will, and I am working in His purpose for my life. See, we don't have a purpose. We are working in the Creator's purpose, okay? Just saying, different way to hear it, because I know a lot of people aren't saying it this way. Oh, be in your purpose, work in your purpose, do all this. It's not your purpose. I'm just saying. So, when you are silent like that, what happens is the mind always wants to fill the void. It cannot take having a void there. And that's why the first answers that come to you are not the true answer. So every day you do this, you'll hear it. It'll come through louder and louder and louder till finally you grasp it, you get it, You're not afraid of it, and you're willing to take hold of it, and you're willing to run with it. Now, you see, when you know who you are, oh my goodness, and when you know whose you are unstoppable. Nothing can stop you, no matter what's going on in your life. All heck can be breaking loose, but there's nothing stopping you when you know who and whose you are. So then, the second question is, what am I about? What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing while I'm here? I say find out what your foundation is. Understand your foundation. Your foundation is made up of the things that you were taught most times when you were a child. So you may have heard it from the people who raised you. You may have heard it if you were in some type of faith-based organization. You may have heard definitely from the school system. And then today it's a lot different because of the craziness and insanity that's on the income reducer, which is your TV, that 65, 55, 45, 35 inch income reducer. It's really messing people up. So the main thing is to find out what your core values are, and that's based on, like I said, the things you heard when you were a kid. But it doesn't mean that you don't change them. Usually core values are difficult to change because you can be like, this is what I was taught. But it doesn't mean that it's relevant today. Am I making sense to you?
Yes.
Therefore, look at what is right for you today based on where you are today, what your goals are, what your dreams are, what your aspirations are, what your purpose to do. And that's where you begin developing those new core values. See, your core values, which are your foundation, they tell you yes or no. Yes, do this. No, don't do this. Yes, go here. No, don't go there. Yes, say this. No, don't say that. Yes, think this. No, don't think that. For me, it's all about what we think. And what we think normally, immediately, usually is going to be negative because the brain is wired to think that way because it's protecting you. Yeah, so it thinks it is anyway. Keeping you from stepping out and doing something unusual, different, something that you may have thought about, but you let fear get in the way. Brain wants to keep you in the comfort zone. The ego wants you to stay comfortable. Comfortable. Comfort is stagnation. Comfort is resistance to change. If you don't change, you don't grow. If you're not growing, you must be dying. Third is, what is the evidence? What's the evidence? What do you have to show for the time you've been here? See, when you say, who am I and what am I about? Now, what's your evidence? If you're saying you're all these things, like you and I, we say we're, I tell you I'm a light warrior for the Lord. That means no matter where I go, no matter who I'm speaking to, I don't care who the audience is. They may believe in something altogether different. It's all good. But the bottom line is the principles are the same. And so I'm going to speak from where I live and what I know. That's my evidence. The evidence is all the people that I've helped over the years. Those who have gone on and had successful businesses. Those who have gone on because they said, Stephanie, you inspired me to do whatever. They went ahead and they, despite fear, despite trepidation, despite belly shaking, body shaking, they went ahead anyway and they stepped out and did that thing that they dreamed of doing, but previously were afraid. Because why were you afraid? You were worried about what other people were going to say. You were worried about whether or not you were going to fail. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are going to fail. We all fail. We will fail continuously, because without failure there is no success. And how can you judge success if you don't know what failure is? Failure is nothing more than a lesson for you. Failure sometimes is a test for you. And the bottom line is, the quicker you can overcome and pass the test, the faster you move forward. But in doing these three things and asking yourself, what am I, or who am I, not what, but who am I, what am I about, and what is the evidence, that's self-reflection. How many of you take time out to just reflect about yourself? That's why I'm giving you this morning ritual. Who am I, what am I about, and what is the evidence of what I've done, the things I've done on this earth while I've been here? That's self-reflection. Then you go about self-assessment. Coming to a close. Self-assessment. How well did I do it? How often? Was I consistent? Did I take breaks? Because when you take a break, you lose the momentum. And then you have to gear yourself back up and get back out there again and do it again. And now it's a setback. You've lost some time. So how consistent was I with whatever that thing is that you wanted to do? Whatever that thing is that you want to do that is expressing who you are and what you're about. After the self-assessment, he says, comes self-adjustment. What is the evidence? We did that. Self-assessment. And then what is it's self-adjustment. So it's okay to mess up. It's okay to fail. It's okay to be uncertain. Those are things that are just going to happen. We just have to be okay with that. We have to be more than okay with that. We have to accept that this is a part of the journey. Is anybody with me on this? It's just a part of our journey. But you don't stay stuck in that space. You gotta keep it moving. So if just like we adjust in business, or just as if when if you remember you were in school and maybe you got like I couldn't even come up with a C, but I'm gonna say a D or an F, and you had to do an adjustment. You want to get out of that class, get to the next grade, you had to do an adjustment and start studying, do something to get a higher grade. I couldn't do that. I'm the daughter of a Marine and I was raised like one of the troops. A C was a B. That means you failed. A B was you just didn't work hard enough. And A was why not an A+. Excellence was the law of the land, and I mean the law in that household. Which is where I grew my grit, baby. But I'm not going to talk about grit today. So self-adjust. Self-adjust is if you're not doing anything focused on fulfilling your goals and dreams, make an adjustment. So I ask you, I challenge you, because I see everybody write down these questions. Who am I, what am I about, and what is the evidence? I challenge you. Somebody can think of one thing. We already heard one person say what she's going to do. But somebody else can tell me one thing that you know that you can accomplish, that you can complete in a day and no more than a week. Raise your hand. It's one thing you can think of that you know you need to do. I don't care if it means going in there and washing the barrels of laundry that have been sitting there and piled up. What's the one thing you can think of you can do that's part of your goals? Because you have to have goals. If you don't have goals, I don't even know. You're just walking into walls. Okay? And if you can do that, then every day think of one thing you can accomplish and go after it. And don't stop till you finish it. Maybe you don't finish it in a day. It may take another day, but you don't stop till you finish it. That doesn't mean you don't do the other things you need to do. But this is one thing you're focused on accomplishing. Oh, I can scratch it off the list. Got it done. Have a praise party now. See, I talked to people, okay now, have a praise party. Had a prana party. Do the prana pause, now have a praise party. Pat yourself on the back. So one thing we don't do is reward ourselves. So I don't mean go out and buy a car and all that craziness. I mean, reward yourself by just acknowledging how wonderful you are and who you are right now in this very moment. I don't care if you're not where you want to be. We need to start loving on ourselves where we are right now in this moment. See, success will come to you in time, but first you've got to change your mind. I'm Dr. Stephanie D. Burroughs, president of Stephanie Speaking. I have business cards for those that are interested in finding out more about how you can work with me. And thank you for your utmost attention and for playing my games with me. God bless each and every one of you. The light in you bows to and honors the light in you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, because I know all of our wonderful speakers that your time is valuable, and then on Monday you have to hit it, hit the grind, wheel and deal. We're going to serve up lunch in a few moments, and that while we're serving lunch, actually, Nia,